Hey, 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 mighty peeps! It's Thursday tips times. Hey, mighty pals, it's time for work at Mighty Marketing Mojo, and we're in the holiday season now. It's the long period of time that now seems to be all of the holidays throughout the fall and in the winter, and that means shopping and buying and purchasing things. And there was a rush on all of the Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday deals, and now other deals in December. And there's like 12 days of Christmas and 12 days of deals that and 25 days of deals of this and giveaways and so much stuff out there, personally and professionally. So don't get overwhelmed. And are you using what you purchased? Yes, I'm looking out of your bottom dollar and you're learning and to get rid of that procrastinating and learning. So I had some discussions with some of my mighty pals this week, and we're talking about all of these sales and the giveaways and the bundles and the good deals, and also more importantly about making sure that we actually put into action and that we use what we bought. Because I guarantee somebody out there, somebody watching now or on the replay, you can drop me a link and confirm it's okay, it's all cool here, because I've done this too, that you purchased something. You purchased a course, it was a training, maybe it was even software, and it sat. And you purchased so much stuff, and you opted in for so many things that you forgot what it is that you had and you didn't use it. And Lord help you, you might have purchased the same thing more than once. I don't think I've purchased more than one copy of software, but I shouldn't say never. I know I've purchased the same package of PLR licensed content. And thankfully, if I'm smart enough and I know the seller, I'll be like, hey, do I own this twice? And I can get a refund or I get a credit and use it on something else. But how about we don't get into that place in the first place? And we don't just hoard things. Hoarding things in our office, like let's not look behind the screen in my office, but hoarding digital stuff isn't any better. Hey, so good that you have your live too. And the point is that it doesn't help you any just to have the courses on your hard drive. You are not going to learn by osmosis from your fingertips on the keyboards next to whatever it is you've saved or that you've logged into, or how many umpteen courses do you have in Teachable and Thinkific, and how many logins. And folks, I'm telling you all this because I've been there and I've done it, and I sometimes still do it. And yep, seriously, got some folks here saying that yeah, they're still hoarding. Okay, so fine. So we have the stuff. Let's just acknowledge it, and we'll have a little 12-step program in the Mighty Marketing Mojo Facebook group. But let's also have some accountability to actually put the things into use. So, you know me, I'm a little bit techie. Okay, maybe a lot techie, but I got two solutions. One is particularly low tech, and the other one's slightly above. And I'm just going to show you today. And let's talk about this. Create a plan, whatever plan with whatever tool works for you. I don't think post-it notes are the right way to go here, folks. But if that's what you've got, then let's use it. So here, Trello. Duh. I taught a course on Trello. I've taught challenges on Trello. One of the ones that I love doing most is the Trello challenge, where we actually go put Trello into use. What you're looking at is a public board. If you want this board and you want to copy it and put it into your own Trello account, leave me a comment and say you want this board, and I will give it to you. If you've been in one of my trainings or my Trello training class, chances are you already have this board. It's my variation on what I call the Now Next Ideas board, but it's also Now Next Ideas training. So specifically, there's a column right here. So this one is all about PLR or content purchases. And you list like the last 12 months. Each thing you buy, you make a card for it in this list. And then you can add things. You can use the power of Trello to add a due date. That's one of the power-ups. You can add a calendar. You can add a due date to it. You can add a checklist that says, yes, I edited this. Yes, I branded this. Here's where I'm using this in a freebie. And you're like, aha. And the good thing is if you copy this, and so some folks are saying that, hey, I'm not sure who this is, but you want the board, I will make sure you get the board. Awesome. So, for example, I'm going to open this up. It's going to pop open. This is using an example of something that I got from the wonderful pal Nicole Dean and from Melissa Ingold at Coach Glue. Love them. They're doing their 12 Days of Christmas thing right now. So this was a Teacher Tribe thing, and it was about 7 things to stop doing now, like stop hoarding your digital content. Um, One of the reasons why you probably want this board, why this is common in my trainings, is because it's got a checklist. There's a checklist on editing your PLR. I could probably sell the checklist about how to edit PLR. And my friend Val Selby, hey, mighty pal, she's offering a bonus right now if you purchase a bundle from our mutual pal Raven, that she's doing a PLR implementation because, hello, she and we're all in this hoarding boat together. It's a very big boat, like a cruise ship. And so this is the checklist. These are all the basic things to do so you can make this your own. So you could copy that same checklist into any piece of content that you've purchased. So for example, here's another awesome licensed content. The other cool thing about, you can also then drag these suckers around, and maybe you've got a thing like, here, this is what I'm working on now, meaning in the next 30 days. So you drag over one of those pieces of content and you're going to put it here going, I am doing the thing this month. I am implementing this piece of licensed content this month. And then you drag or copy another one over here. And I'm going to say probably copy. Why? Because that way you still have the original card listing the piece of content that you purchased, and with the checklist saying, this is what I did, this is what I used it for, I turned it into a video, I turned it into a free gift, I turned it into a webinar, oh, it's over here in my membership. By dragging it or copying it over here into the now list or the next list, that's when you're showing I'm taking action on this thing. You can even use labels and color coding for like, hey, this thing became a workshop, or whatever. Back over here though, I also have for you, there's a list that says these are the trainings or the courses that I've purchased. And you highly recommend that you then go put in like a date. So hey, where's the due date here? Let's say December 31st. And I'll click save. Now it's got a due date. So now that's going to start flashing. It's going to remind me, and they're sitting right there, that I want to take action on this particular course or workshop that I bought, and I'm going to give it a due date. And you can go up into Trello and to your notifications inside of your Trello account and say, make sure you send me notifications on when this thing is due. I actually used a course that I created once, and I put it in the description. And so, for example, the checklist is really simple. However many modules there are, however many lessons there are in that course that you bought, make a quick little checklist so that you can go in and you can have the power and the wonderful feeling of checking something off. Like, I watched this, I watched this. Oh, hey, I then took action on the course. So if this was my course about doing a Facebook Live, then not only did you watch module 1 and module 2, but you did your first Facebook Live. So whatever course it is, if it's a course about scheduling social media posts, then when you schedule your first month worth of posts, then you check that off. Adapt that however you want. I've also got one if there's tools, if there's software, if there's membership you've purchased. Add a card in the respective list. Add a due date like a month before the recurring payment is due. If it's something you bought on a subscription, make sure you track that information. Make sure you add a deadline here or to any other calendar that you're using that lets you know. I've got an alert in my phone right now that's letting me know that my video software tool, Biteable, that my subscription is due in sometime in December. And I want to change the card, and I possibly want to change the plan. So I've got a reminder set up so that I do it and I don't get surprised and go, shit, I just paid for another year of a thing I'm not using. That we've all done that. How many videos have I made out of Vitable this year? Don't go there. You can also obviously use the series of brain dump for any of your next ideas, any of your creation, or use it as the brain dump for these are the courses I may think I need. Maybe I'm thinking about doing this with this piece of content that I purchased, or maybe here's where I need help, or oh, I'm going to turn this into a blog post like Trello Tips 101. That's been on this for a long time. And maybe you purchase content that you know what you don't know when you're going to use it. It maybe doesn't fit quite so well, and you drop it over here in the maybe someday pile. Maybe someday becomes maybe never, but at least you're not like there can't be everything in the now this month list. Okay, if Trello is not your jam, you could probably create something like this in ClickUp. You could probably create something like it in Airtable, and you could probably use Asana. You could also, oh, by the way, this is my version of this board, with more stuff in here where I also make sure I've labeled whether it's a membership, whether it's a course or a training, things I'm acting on right now. I actually had to drag this board out of Trello's archiving, so I haven't been great about keeping this up. This is a good time of year to remind myself I did not go crazy. I did not buy things, and I did not opt into a ton of things for the sales right now. But it's getting a little itchy, and I know there's stuff I haven't been using, so I got to make sure that this board gets up to date. And then there's Google Sheets or an Excel sheet. This is you're looking at a warrant version that I had created for back in 2019 when I purchased the BC stack um, from Dan and Rachel, and you have like 60 days to claim what you want in this particular bundle. Now, I've known a lot of other friends. My friend Melissa Brown, she's got content offered, um, a worksheet, a checklist like this for some bundles that she's participated in and promoted lately. I know that Dan's taken the idea and he generally puts together a spreadsheet like this for the folks who buy the stack. And it's simple. It's listing the names. It lists the product. I've got here a type like, is it a live training? Is it a guide? Is it a checklist or a template? Is it content? If it's something live, I make sure I list the date when it was going to be happening. And then I have columns for like, yes, no, and did I download it? Yes, no, because you do not have to take everything in a giveaway or a bundle. I don't care if you paid for the bundle. You do not need all of that stuff, especially because you can't take action on all of it in the next 30 days. And you can't get to all of it necessarily in the next 90 days. You do not need it sitting on your hard drive. Just don't. Don't. Boundaries, folks. Come on, train yourself. So you note what you're taking and what you're not, because not everything's necessarily going to pick. I'm not training VAs, so I didn't pick up this cool project from Tanya. I'm not writing a book, so I'm going to ignore the things from Donna and maybe even my pals Karen and Candace. Also, if it's an opt-in and there's also a download, and if for whatever reason you're just going through really quick and opting in because you got a deadline, make sure you also make note. Have you gone back and downloaded it? And even better, make a note where you downloaded it. I had a content tracker spreadsheet just like this for PLR content. I may even still have a Google sheet that I could share with you if you want to make it your own. And one of the things that I would list out is where on my hard drive is it? My hard drive is mapped very specifically, so there's content and content by type. So everything that's email related. Here's everything that's video related. Here's everything that's social media related. Can you tell that once upon a time I got a degree as a librarian? So, organizing shit, especially by subject matter, is kind of what I do. So my brain is wired. You do you, but make it something so where you can find it, where you know where that stuff is going to go, where you can find it and then take action on it. And if you're not going to use some portion of it, just put it away. Put it away in another folder, delete it. And Coach Kelly McCausey would tell you just to delete it. If she's never going to use the PowerPoint, she's just going to delete them. If it came with audio files and you're never going to use them, just delete them. I know that's making you all itchy out there. But at least track where it is so you know, and then set reminders for yourself to go back, check it, and take action on it, which is why, the Trello board can be a potentially helpful tool. So I just wanted to show you one way that I help to make sure that I'm tracking what I've purchased. If you need to, you can use Trello to attach the invoices. You can link into emails so that you're tracking all of this. because that was another question amongst my pals are like, oh, how am I accounting for this when I'm doing my bookkeeping and stuff like that? But this is more about I want you to go and use the things that you bought at Black Friday and Cyber Monday and what you're all grabbing around in December and any other time during the year. And this is one of those 30-minute marketing tasks that you do maybe once or twice a month. You go in, you check this list, you update it. What have you taken action on? Maybe you also set maybe this is a goal for 2022 is that you're going to take action on one course per month. Give yourself the 30 days and you're going to get through that backlog of trainings. Or you're going to say, you know what? I'm not doing Pinterest. So fine, let's ignore all the Pinterest trainings that I've hoarded. Or you're like, nope, this is the year I'm doing live social video. So you focus the first 60 days in January on catching up on the trainings that you purchased about using live social video. And maybe you just pick up nuggets and you don't have to go through the entire course. Using something like Trello means, hey, you can put your notes in here too. It's just a tool. The main thing is I wanted to make it a habit for you. Schedule time in your calendar. Use your 30-minute marketing blocks of time to also that 30-minute, maybe it's not marketing, but it's education. More importantly, it's kind of like it's maintenance and keeping things up to date so that stuff doesn't get lost and you are not wasting money. And if it helps you, do you want to put a spending freeze on things for the first quarter of the year? Cool. Again, you do you. The one thing I would like you to potentially spend money on, I want to make sure that you're taking action. So I created very much an action taking sort of thing. This is your teaser. I'm running the Write Your Damn Emails challenge in January. Yes, I'm taking over, making my own spin on a challenge about writing emails. And we're going to do it together. It's group, it's accountability, it's a challenge. There are prizes. You get prompts. You can't tell me I don't know what to write because I'm going to send you emails every day with tips and ideas and writing prompts. And the sale will come out next weekend. This is the link to click, and I'll make sure that it's in the group so that you all get to hear about it first. Get on the VIP list because the VIPs are going to get notification of the sale first. Hey, mighty pals, mighty VIPs, you want to be a VIP. You want to get the sale. It's going to be a great deal no matter what. But this is about taking action. This is about starting the year right and fresh and take action. Write your emails. Hey, this would be a great way to possibly use some of that PLR and that licensed content you've been stashing and hoarding. Write emails with me in January. Take action. If you don't write emails, make your own 30-day January plan to get started on the right foot with taking action and using the stuff you bought. Courses, content, training, memberships. Get the return on your investment and build your business without feeling overwhelmed and stressed. Watch for more emails. Watch for more videos from me next week. I'm going to be Facebook Live a little more frequently all next week to talk about email and writing tips and getting you excited for the challenge. You can also always drop me a comment if you're watching live or you're watching this video on the replay that you want the challenge VIP, and I will personally go in and tag you and add you to the VIP invitation list. All right. Go take action. Take 30 minutes at a time. You've got this. All right, mighty pals.